Love Your Life. Love Your Life. Love Your Life, a show like no other, one that aims to inspire you to live a life you love. Choosing to be positive and having a grateful attitude is going to determine how you're going to live your life. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love your day. Love your day. Love your life. Love your life. Love your life.
Love Your Life, prepared and presented by Sayyida Mayya Al Said.
Love your life. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings be upon you all. I am with you on your show Love Your Life on your nation station from 2:30 right up until 3:30, and this is your host Mayya Al Said, also known as the Sewist. Just a reminder that this is a live show, so you're more than welcome to contribute as always, because your contributions make the show what it is, and you can do so by calling me on 24 60 20 58, 24 60 20 58. For those who have joined me from the beginning of Ramadan, to know that these shows are repeated at 10 past midnight. For example, the one today will be repeated at midnight tonight, and any shows that you have missed are up on my YouTube channel, The Sewist. So, first of all, I would like to ask for your forgiveness. I forgot to let you know what episode I was going to talk about today. So, here's the surprise. Today's topic is going to be focus on what you have. You're probably thinking, focus on what I have. How is this relevant to loving your life? Just give me a couple of minutes and you will see how it fits. Loving your life, we aim to have a positive outlook and see how we can make happy moments last. But focusing on other things that we don't have rob us from that, because there's a cause of unhappiness when we don't have something, and we tend to focus on what we don't have and forget what is right in front of our eyes, what kind of life we're living. It just doesn't have any meaning, because sadly we're only thinking of the one thing or several things that are not going right in my life or in our lives, and we tend to focus all the negative energy to that instead of focusing the positive energy on what we currently have. And subhanAllah, if we really think about it, previous generations were much happier with less than what we currently have. And that's something to think about. I think we're a greedy generation. We always want more. We always tend to complain, and we don't really appreciate what we have. And for this show, something like this is something I couldn't have not done the show without focusing on this, because many of us might not even realize we're doing it, and so it was imperial for me to mention it on my program. And this, I think, affects mainly the younger generation, and I feel the younger generation are gonna say, Mayya, stop blaming us, or stop, pointing the finger at us. Not that there's something wrong with you, but it's the way life has changed from what the time I used to, my childhood, to now seeing my kids. They're affected by life today, and just as an example, I'm a mother of two, so sometimes my child or my children would want something, and they would, repeatedly say, oh mama, I really want this, and then they'll come and draw it for me and put a post-it note on my door just to remind me. Then they'll go, for example, on YouTube and then tell me, oh, you see how good this is, and this is what it can do, and read all the reviews, and we're constantly reminded if we go out. So you get the deal. So there's this constant reminder, mama, I want this, mama, I want this. So at the moment of time, a parent tends to give in. You don't, you can't let them suffer, but as well, you want to teach them that you can't always have what you want. So eventually you give in and you buy them whatever it is that they've been going on about for the past month or so. And then what happens? They play with it for one week or two, and then they come up with something else. And the cycle just goes on and on. And I tell them, I said, wasn't it 2 weeks ago you just wanted this thing so much, and suddenly it's not important anymore because you found something else. And now the focus for them is not appreciating what they have, but what they don't have. So suddenly all those gadgets, all those things that they wanted, and no longer matters because, hey, mama, I don't have what I want. And that's where I think maturity as well plays a really big role. Because as we grow older, we tend to realize what really matters in life, not materialistic things. And I think we just need to transcend that to the younger generation, to explain to them. And not by imposing our ideas, but I think by explaining so they understand, not that they feel that they are forced to do so. Just a reminder that you're more than welcome to join in on the discussions today on focus on what you have is the topic by calling me on 2460 2058, 2460 2058. Just a reminder, as much as I'd love to hear from you, please call me on it only when it is safe to do so and not affecting your safety or those around you. So when I come to think of scenarios like this, and especially the one that I just talked about with the kids, I think they seem to be filling a void. I mean, when do we stop wanting? Because I feel if we just continue going with our emotions and what we don't have, when do we say enough is enough? That I'm grateful for what I have. When do we stop? And the most important question is, how can we change? And another important question is, what does it say about me, the person who I am, what I cherish, what I value in my life? That's something to think about. It's kind of deep, but hey, this show is thought-provoking. It's meant to be deep. It's meant to challenge your thoughts. It's meant to change your life, inshallah, for one that you'll ultimately love. This topic, I feel I'm very emotional because it means so much to me. It took me a while to realize, because I was younger, and at times there were materialistic things that mattered. And I'm going to be raw, authentic with you, just taking up what my guest yesterday said on my episode about being raw. So yes, I used to be part of that. I used to think that if I had a certain thing, drove a certain car, that would make me who I am or make me happy. But in all reality, it isn't. And I really hope that I can transcend that message to all of you listening. We are taking our life for granted. Subhanallah. Allah has blessed us with so many things. If I were to ask you today to sit down and list all the things that Allah has blessed you with, you would not finish. The day would still continue and you'd still be there writing. Because if you think about it, there's so many things that Allah has blessed you with, but the problem is we don't see it. We do not know the meaning of what we have. Do we have to wait until we lose it? And I know some can challenge me and say, okay, Mayya, a car. You were saying not to be materialistic, but what about a car? I should cherish my car and want maybe to have a better car or whatever, because if I lose it, then what do I do? My answer to you is, a car is replaceable. Anything that can be bought is replaceable. But what about your health? What about your family, your mother? What about the relationships in your life? If you tend to ruin those or get so busy in life and forget that you have them, what do you do then? Is that replaceable? I don't think so. I will leave you with that thought and take a short break, and I'll come back to you in a moment.
Join Oman Radio's Big Time giveaway this Ramadan and win a Lexus GS350 on the last day. It's so easy to join. Just send SMS with your full name to 90465 and be the lucky one to bring home a brand new Lexus GS350. The more you send, the more chances of winning. Oman Radio's Big Time giveaway this Ramadan. Join now. Ramadan Mubarak.
Love your life. Love your life. Welcome back to your nation station. This is Oman FM, your host Mayya Al Said on your show Love Your Life. May I remind you, this is a live show. I'm with you right up until 3:30. You're more than welcome to call me by dialing 24 60 20 58, 24 60 20 58. And that was quick. We have a caller. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. Hello. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. Can't seem to... We try that again, Frank? Oh no, we've lost the caller. Terribly sorry, we weren't able to connect. Please do call us again. I'll just repeat the number. 24 60 20 58, 24 60 20 58. So if you've just joined the show, this is Love Your Life, and today we're discussing focus on what you have. If you've missed the first part, I was talking about how we seem to be taking our life for granted, especially the younger generation. We only focus on the materialistic things of life and don't really realize that what we have, we are blessed beyond words. Especially considering what's happening in the world today. All you have to do is switch on the TV and you are bombarded with news, and unfortunately, they're all tragic. And I remember a couple of days ago just watching the TV, and I felt I couldn't take it. I know it's really negative, and it is happening if I choose to acknowledge it or not. But then, to see other people complain about such mundane things in life where people around the world are suffering. Consider this. If you seem to think that you don't have anything to be grateful for, let me ask you, your freedom, the choice that I have as a Muslim woman living in Oman to walk in the street with my hijab on, knowing that I am safe, alhamdulillah, knowing that I'm not going to be anyone's target or anything like that because of me practicing my religion. Isn't that something to be grateful for? My security, alhamdulillah, living in Oman is a blessing. Isn't that something to be grateful for? My family, I'm lucky enough, alhamdulillah, to have my family, to be able to contact them, to reach them, to be with them. Isn't that a blessing? There's so many things to be grateful for. You just have to change your mindset. And I know this is deep and okay, we seem to have a caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, Sheikh Hatim. How are you?
Fine. How's everything?
Alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah, the topic is very interesting today.
Thank you so much.
And I would like to share something if possible.
Please do.
I think the older generation were more privileged to understand this concept more than us. As Oman was on the coastline, they traveled a lot and they got to see other nations and live with them and, get to know people better and how they live their lives. But maybe now a lot of people are in their comfort zone. They don't travel much to places which are less privileged. So making it a habit to go to these places would help you in your character to appreciate what you have. Like, for example, when I was abroad, I really appreciated my country and the safety that we have and the kindness, the hospitality, and all the good things that I failed to recognize previously before I traveled. And one of the ways to teach our children this sense of responsibility and appreciating what you have is sometimes, for example, if you send out the nanny away for 2 or 3 days or a month to make the children be more responsible at home, make them do some chores and so on. So I think working in this area with our children, and even when it comes to food, sometimes you cook something and your son or daughter says, I don't like this.
You know what I answer to that?
I don't fancy this.
You know what I answered to that? I said, this is not a restaurant. You do not get to order what you want. There is no menu. This is the food, and you eat it. That's my answer is with my kids.
Absolutely, because we alhamdulillah have this blessings of that food on the table, but other people, they don't have even that.
Subhanallah, that's so true. But just to...
And you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us content. Having content is very important also.
Subhanallah, it is. Allahumma ameen. Just to elaborate on the point that you said, one should travel. First of all, not everybody has the privilege or capabilities of traveling. But here is where social media, I would like to think, plays a positive role, because now you get to know what's happening nearly as soon as it's happening, wherever it is in the world. So you can see. You might not be able to be there physically and be around that, but subhanallah, you can see what is happening around the world. Isn't that, doesn't that click somewhere that you are grateful for being where you are? You know what I mean? It's not a message to you
Mayya,
personally. It's
when it comes even like for traveling, it does not have to be abroad. Even if moving from one house to another, for example, we're used to certain type of lifestyle in our household. If we move on to visit someone else of our family members in the interior, they live a total different lifestyle. So only that shift, even if it's a temporary move, will also educate us in appreciating what we have.
That's so true. But in order for us to do that, we have to, it's a change in our thinking. You, because you already have this, mashallah alayk, it clicks with you. But some others, it doesn't. So this is why I decided to do this episode, because I want others to realize that your life, what you have now, there's so much to be grateful for.
Jazakallah khair, Sister Mayya. Thank you so much for this wonderful show.
You're most welcome. Thank you very much for your contribution. I absolutely enjoy when people call me and you interact and share with me your thoughts, and you can do the same as Sheikh Hatem did by calling me on 24 60 20 58. 24 60 20 58. Just a reminder, this is Love Your Life. I'm your host, Mayya Al Said, and the topic for today is focus on what you have. As I was saying earlier, the things that I've just said, that your freedom, your security, family, and we have another caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Good afternoon, Sister Mayya.
Good afternoon, Dr. Mukhtar. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm good. Thank you. I hope you people are not getting bored of my voice.
Not at all. I look forward to hearing you. I was thinking, when is he going to call?
Really, today's topic is again, challenging our thoughts, and it's really thought-provoking.
Alhamdulillah.
Nicely done, I think.
Thank you so much. So what are your thoughts on this topic?
I think I'll just add to your topic, as you're saying that focus on what you have. Definitely, we should be thankful to Allah for all the blessings, not only the material, but also the health, the knowledge, the other privileges we have.
Yes.
Not only we should focus, but I think it should be like focus and share what you have.
Okay.
So if for example, we are healthy, we should take care of those people who are not healthy.
Yes,
if we have knowledge, we should share with those who are ignorant.
Subhanallah, absolutely.
If we have other privileges, then we can share those privileges with those people who don't have.
Which is exactly what our religion, Islam, teaches us to do.
Exactly. So that was point I wanted to make. And second thing, I just want to point out that you said that you were young. I think you shouldn't say that. You are young, and mashallah, your thoughts are so positive, you will stay young longer.
Jazakallah khair. At one point in my life, I had a nickname called Forever Young. So I believe age is just a number, and the way you feel and you think, that's what matters.
Yeah. So that was a lighter note I wanted to make also.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much for always being...
Okay, take care, sister.
You're most welcome. Allah ysalmak. That was Dr. Mukhtar for his valuable contribution, as always, to the show. You're more than welcome to join me on the discussion by calling 2460 2058, 2460 2058, and we're discussing on focusing on what you have. So as I was saying, although I did mention things that were quite deep and maybe had a negative or a sadness tune to it, only because I want to trigger your emotions. your mind to see that you are blessed. And subhanAllah, one thing that we should really try to do is focus on what you have instead of what you think you want or you think you should have. And if you think, after me saying all of these things, that you don't have anything, subhanAllah, to be grateful for, then, my dear listeners, you are looking in the wrong direction. Because if you constantly focus on what you don't have, you will never, and I repeat, you will never be able to see what you do have right in front of you, right at this moment in time. So, just an example, if someone were to offer you the most delicious chocolate cake, and I'm sorry if I'm torturing you, so the most delicious chocolate cake, just the 3/4 of it, and there was a piece missing. But you can only focus on the fact that there's this piece missing. You're thinking, where is this piece? Who ate it? Why am I only given half, like a 3/4 of the cake? Where's the quarter? You won't enjoy the cake. You're just there focusing on what you don't have, although it's the same chocolate cake, but you won't even enjoy eating it or even enjoy it because you're so focused on what you don't have. And with that, I shall take a short break and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Oman is a country full of treasures, from its people to its history, beaches to its mountains, deserts to its wadis. Show off your knowledge of this great country and win cash prizes with Talal this Ramadan on weeknights and Hafid every weekend from 10 p.m. to midnight. You can be a winner on Treasure Wadi.
Treasure Wadi.
Now, let the party begin.
Win cash prizes and surprises here on the Nation Station. Oman is a country full of treasures, from its people to its history, beaches to its mountains, deserts to its wadis. Show off your knowledge of this great country and win cash prizes with Talal this Ramadan on weeknights and Hafid every weekend from 10 p.m. to midnight. You can be a winner on Treasure Wadi.
Treasure Wadi.
Now, let the party begin.
Win cash prizes and surprises here on the Nation Station.
Love your life. Welcome back. If you've just joined us, this is your Nation Station. This is your host, Mayya Al Said, also known as the Sewist on social media. And you're tuned in to your program, Love Your Life, where we're discussing focus on what you have. May I remind you that this is a live show and you're more than welcome to call me on 2460 2058, 2460 2058. This show will be repeated at 10 past midnight tonight. So if you're listening to this and it's midnight, I can't answer your calls. You got to call me now until 3:30. And if you want to listen to this episode or any of my past episodes, you're more than welcome to listen to them on my YouTube channel, The Sewist. So, as I said, topic of today is focus on what you have. We've just talked about that we are blessed beyond words. And if you still can't see what I mean or where I'm going with this, let's think for a moment. If you have a job, be thankful, because some are seeking for jobs. You know, you might think, oh, my job, you know, you might not be happy with it, but you have a job. and you have a steady income, alhamdulillah. Some people don't have anything, and they would love to have that job that you seem to be complaining about. And sorry, if you're complaining about a job, you can always change it. So you're not stuck, in cement and you cannot move. You always have a choice. If you have kids, a husband, family, you have somebody there with you. You have something that somebody is wishing for. Some people have got no one. Some people had their family, but they're no longer living. Appreciate the people in your life. And this is a topic, inshallah, that will be tomorrow. It's titled Cherish Those Around You. So today I'm not really focusing on the people aspect because I plan on talking about it, inshallah, tomorrow. So make sure you tune in. Simple thing. If you have a place to sleep at night, a roof over your head. Some people are homeless, sleeping on the streets or sleeping in tents and by the dozen. You see where I'm getting with this? You have so much to be grateful for. Lastly, something that Sheikh Hatem mentioned. If you have food on the table, that is a blessing. Some people are starving. Even now, with the month of Ramadan, you know that inshallah, by 10 to 7, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, when Adhan al-Maghrib is in Oman, you will have not only one dish, a variety of dishes in front of you to choose from. There are some people who just that date, just to break their fast, to have a drink of water, have nothing. Again, isn't this something to be grateful for? Change the way you think, you change your life. The choice has always been yours. Just a reminder, you are more than welcome to call me. I'd love to hear from you, love to hear your ideas by calling 24 60 20 58. 24 60 20 58. So after saying all this, now you tell me you have nothing to be grateful for, nothing to thank Allah for after all of this. I'm sure your answer would be no, that you have so much to be grateful for. The other aspect is that we should think about, why can't we see it? Thank you, Mayya, for highlighting this point. And but do I really have to highlight it? Aren't you experiencing it? Aren't you living it? Aren't you feeling it? So I'm glad I am doing this, and I'm glad that people are realizing and find it thought-provoking, which I find so inspiring that somebody thinks that this is thought-provoking, and I'm glad that it is. But the fact is, we can't see it because we are too busy living a life. We are too stressed out. And we can't appreciate what we have because we're so busy doing whatever it is that we're doing. The other reason why we don't see why we are grateful or we are blessed, because we are waiting for things to get better, things to work out perfectly. And there's no guarantee. Yes, we aim for things to change, we aim for the better, and this is what we're supposed to do. But why are we ignoring what we have already? Why are we not taking care of our health, for example? Why do we have to wait for it to deteriorate, la samahallah, and then think, oh, I should have taken care of my health? Why do we have to wait until things go bad, until we appreciate ourselves, because I'm talking about health? We also tend to focus on the bad stuff. And because we focus on the bad stuff, it's just too negative. It's negative after negative, and we can't seem to realize what we have. And we have a caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
How are you, brother?
Fine, good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. So I imagining you're listening to the show. Please introduce yourself and tell me what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I have been listening to the show since the beginning of Ramadan. I have my heart missed from part, but today's topic is very interesting, actually.
Okay. I'm glad you
one of the main issues they have mentioned is the high expectation. People, they have high expectation of everything. Mm-hmm. For example, for a husband to build a small house for his family, they want to see like a big palace or big rooms. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but at the end they get a simple house.
It is.
And and some wives, they compare themselves to other wives. They tell their husbands that my friend, she has been traveling around with her husband to Europe or any other places. Mm. Why don't you take us around just like comparing? I think comparing people with each other is not.
It's not healthy.
It's not healthy.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm keep interrupting you. Sorry, go ahead.
No. It's okay. So this is what I'm saying. High expectation is one of the main issues. People, they have expectation for everything, okay? But I'm not saying that we should accept what we are and just live with it. I can improve myself. I can work in this one, okay? But I should be grateful for what I have without complaining to other people.
That's such a valid thing, because it's something I am going to talk about as well, which is don't compare yourself to others and cherish what you have. And you're so true. Even though you might not have the perfect life, or, you can only afford, for example, to do this, then this is what you can. But that doesn't mean that this is all you want, that you will aim to have a better life, for example, better house, better car, whatever it is. But you don't ignore the fact that you have one already.
Yeah, sure.
Same as a husband or a wife or whatever. And yes, we shouldn't compare ourselves, because everyone is different. So it's very difficult to compare people.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to, especially women, actually.
Especially women?
Yeah.
No. But men do it too. But yeah, maybe the majority of the women do it. Hopefully those listening will realize and maybe try to change.
Hopefully.
Thank you so much for your contribution.
Thank you.
We have another caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you so much for your contribution.
Hi, assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you so much for joining in, brother. Just introduce yourself and let me know what your thoughts are.
Myself, Mazhar Mahmoud with you. MashaAllah. Just so my brother was just raising the query. It's really fair. One thing just I want to put your word. Nothing on gender-wise, male or female.
Okay.
See, Allah Ta'ala has created, everyone needs the more and more happiness. But I believe everything, most of the time, woman is makes her house as a palace or even a fort. You might ask, what is the difference in palace and fort? As you know, a palace always will be more luxurious, will be staying. We are not seeing what is the size of the palace, where we get comfort, love, affection, whatever Allah Ta'ala has rewarded on that. If it is a fort, always will fight each other, even whatever the big size of the house.
Okay.
We do not have good comfort, we do not have love and affection between each other. It's not a...
May I just, sorry to interrupt you, but I don't know if you're listening to me right now on the radio and the sound is quite high. I can't seem to hear you. If you don't mind just reducing the volume so I can just speak to you, because there's a lot of background noise and unfortunately I can't understand what you're saying.
Okay, can I repeat my question?
Yeah. Have you reduced the volume?
Yes, I reduced the volume.
Much better now. Please go ahead.
Now you can hear me?
Perfectly. Please go ahead.
Okay. What I was saying, see, here there is not the based on gender.
Okay.
See, male or female, both also need this one, living life, luxury.
Yes.
But what I want to tell you is, most of the time based on the couple understanding.
Okay.
And every time I believe women can make the house a palace. Not necessary what is the size of the house.
Got you.
We are saying that we need more comfort, love and affection between each other.
True. I'll just stop you there for a moment. Now, you started saying that it's not gender-wise, a woman or a man. But then you went on to say, with all due respect, that it is up to the woman to make the house as a palace. I kind of disagree. I think, again, the responsibility falls on both the man and the woman, not only the woman.
Man and woman. But generally, since women also, she is the backbone of the house. You know very well.
True, she is, but she can only be the backbone if she has somebody to support her.
Yes.
Otherwise, she's standing there on her own, and it is a lot of pressure on her.
No, we are not completely putting her whole and sole responsibility. As a husband, also, she has to take the whole responsibility.
Good, because it is a partnership. After all, a marriage is a partnership.
And in meantime, we have to bring good children, good environment at home, society. They should be good to the society.
True.
Right, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your contribution. Have a good day. Wow, that was fruitful. So yeah, it seems to be, my callers seem to think, and I'm glad that the last caller pointed out that it's not a gender thing. We can't say women tend to be more not appreciated of what they have, although because we tend to be more vocal, because we communicate a lot of our thoughts and our emotions, then that's probably why we're coming out that way. But I'm sure there are some men as well who tend to not really value what they have. And I'm so glad that they brought this up. Just a reminder that this is a live show. I'm your host, Mayya Al Said, also known as the Sewist. You're more than welcome to join me as my other callers did by calling 2460 2058, 2460 2058. And the topic for today is focus on what you have. So just continuing on the list that, or discussing the points why we can't seem to see it or be grateful for what we have. I mentioned that we are too busy and stressed out. I mentioned that we're waiting for things to get better. And what if they don't? We're just focused on what we don't have. And we focus on all the bad stuff, not realizing what we have because we're so busy focusing on everything that's not going well. And we unfortunately don't realize what is going well in our lives. And the emphasis, and we focus and the intention of thinking, oh, what don't I have? Why don't I have it? Why is my life like this? All these whys is robbing you from living your life because you're so focused, all your energy on what you don't have, why you don't have it. So we really need to change these thoughts because they are just so negative and they impact the way you live your life. Remember, the title of this show is called Love Your Life. So that is the aim. All these topics that I raise are meant to make you think and hopefully change your life to the better. While researching, I like to share quotes. And I came across one according to Jack Canfield, who is the author of The Success of Principles. Now he says, gratitude is the single most important ingredient to living a successful and a fulfilled life. Gratitude, being grateful for what we have, cherishing the people in our lives and also the things that we have. And we have a caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Let me guess, Mahfouza.
Yeah, Mahbouba.
How are you?
Fine.
I'm getting very good now with my regular callers. I really know your voice as soon as you call. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you that you're memorizing us.
You're most welcome. Thank you for calling. So tell me, Mahfouza, what are your thoughts today?
My thoughts, first is I think that this topic today is very nice.
Thank you.
It is really which we need
yes.
in this in the actual status, where the people, they are just looking for others. So we need to focus really on ourselves.
Yes.
Either in our potentialities or in our what Allah give us as a gift.
Yes.
Or what we want in our life. So focusing on what we have, it will make us more grateful to Allah.
True.
And it will make us busy to improve our issues rather than seeing other people what they are doing or what they achieve. So we have to, again, we'll focus on our achievement and our goals and to exchange the area that need to improvement in our personality. So it is very nice. I love this topic. I love it, and absolutely 100%. I strongly agree with it.
Thank you so much, Mahfouza, for your call and for your thoughts, and I'm glad you're enjoying the show.
Yeah, thank you.
You're
really, we are so much enjoying.
Habibti, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. I'm so glad to hear that you're enjoying the show. It means a lot to me, and because this is one of my aims to talk about topics that matter, to make a change, even if it is just listening to my voice and sharing my thoughts and ideas, and as well as those of my guests and of course my callers who make this show what it is. So thank you so much. And with that, we'll take a short break and be back in a moment. Don't you go anywhere.
Initialize sequence now.
Join Oman Radio's big time giveaway this Ramadan and win a Lexus GS350 on the last day. It's so easy to join. Just send SMS with your full name to 90465 and be the lucky one to bring home a brand new Lexus GS350. The more you send, the more chances of winning. Oman Radio's big time giveaway this Ramadan. Join now. Ramadan Mubarak.
Ordering 4 shooters, 2 car, 3 lamb, 3 steak.
Join us and our Ramadan chef every day from 3:30 to 4 p.m. during the holy month of Ramadan and experience flavors from around the world. Enjoy different flavors from around the world.
Exciting. Yummy.
An edgy rainbow.
Ramadan recipes, Keep your pens and papers ready. We take you around the world with different mouth-watering dishes.
I love that.
Absolutely saucy.
Have a little dessert at the end too, because you get to learn the recipes of every dish that's been set up.
So all of that combined, there you go.
With me, June Yogesh, assisted by Huda Sultan Al Zakwani.
Love your life. Welcome back to Your Nation Station. This is Mayya Al Said, your host of Love Your Life. You might also know me as the Sewist on social media. So today we're discussing focus on what you have. The show started at 2:30 and it's right up until 3:30. It's a live show. You're more than welcome to call me and contribute your ideas and thoughts by calling 24 60 20 58. 24 60 20 58, and Frank is going to transfer the calls to me. Just a reminder to please call me on it when it is safe to do so. As much as I want to hear from you, your safety and the safety of those around you matter to me. So what we have been saying is that we need to stop taking our life for granted. We are blessed beyond words. But sadly, we can't see it because we're too busy living our life and focusing on what we don't have. So I want to talk about 3 ways to help you focus on what you have instead of what you don't have. 1, the obvious one, is to count your blessing. Realize what you have, appreciate it, and take care of it. You may not have the best of everything, but you are alive and probably have more than most people do. The fact that you're alive, I'm going to stress on this, the fact that you're breathing, you're alive, you are listening to the show right now. Subhanallah, that's something to be grateful for, because there are many loved ones, people who we knew are no longer with us today. So you have to appreciate this life that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you and everything in it. The second thing is never compare yourself to others. My caller did bring this up, and because it seems some of the happiest people, if you think about it, have very little. If you think about some of these images that we see on TV of people who have no homes, but you see this innocent, beautiful smile, and you're thinking, what is there to smile about? Even thinking, subhanallah, just makes me feel emotional. And yet here we have, alhamdulillah, so much to be grateful for, but all we seem to think about is stuff that we don't have. So some of the happiest people have very little or nothing at all, but some of the most miserable people have everything, and yet they can't seem to find happiness, so they can't seem to be grateful for everything that Allah has blessed them with. So the bottom line is focus on you and never, ever compare yourself to anyone, because you know what I'm going to say. You're unique. You matter. Allah has created you for a purpose. Yes, the purpose is to worship Him, but also to leave your mark in this world, and you can do so by any means that you have. You just have to believe in yourself. Just a reminder that this is a live show. You're more than welcome to call me. The topic for today is focus on what you have. This is Love Your Life, and the way you can do so is by calling 24 60 20 58, 24 60 20 58. Lastly is make the most of what you have. Do what you can with what you have. If you feel challenged, if there's something that you want to do, but you really wish you had, something to do it, challenge yourself. Be creative. Find other ways to make it work. Don't rely on, the easy way, because subhanAllah, when you challenge yourself, sometimes miracles happen because you're thinking out of the box. You're trying to do it differently. It doesn't mean that if somebody has done it one way and has taken this route, that this is the only route to do it. No, it isn't. There's so many different routes. All you have to do is be willing to try. Accept that you might fail, but it's okay, because what does failure mean? Failure is teaching you. Failure is telling you that, okay, this was not the right way for you. Try another way and just keep on trying until you eventually succeed. And if we talk about being grateful, there's an ayah in the Quran in Surah Ibrahim that says, if you are grateful, I will give you more. Excuse me. So, subhanallah, Allah is telling us, my voice is going. Sorry about that. Allah is telling us that if you are grateful, if you thank me for what you have, I will give you more. Subhanallah, how beautiful is that? How meaningful is that to our life? To even the little that we think is little. And if you continue being thankful, being appreciative of what you have, Allah will give you more. You will get more of it. Isn't that simply a beautiful thing to have? We tend to think that we never have enough. We tend to always compare ourselves with others. We tend to think that I deserve more. But the thing is, you're focusing on one thing or various things in your life that you don't have. How about you take a moment, call a family member, somebody who you haven't visited in a while. Call them. If not call them, visit them. Make them happy. And the beauty is, when you make other people happy, you in turn feel happiness. And I see Frank nodding. I like when I say something and it resonates with him. I might not be able to see all of you, but I can see Frank, and it makes me feel like I'm doing a good job by saying things that resonate. I'm not just talking for the sake of talking. I'm trying to get a message to you, make you realize that you have so much to be grateful for. There's so many people who compare themselves, and they tend to compare not only themselves, but their spouses to other spouses, parents to other parents. You have to stop doing that, because every one of us is unique in the way we think, the way we brought up. So there's no way of comparing, not even oranges and oranges, apples and oranges. No, we cannot. Yes, we are the same, but we are different in every aspect. Our personality, the way we think, the way we lead our lives, the way we treat each other, the way we speak. None of us really have the same accent or the same voice. Everything about us is unique and is different. And we have to appreciate each other, because before you know it, one of us is gone, and then what do we do? Where do we go from there? Are we going to be grateful? Of course not. So try today. Change your life. Change the way you think. Just a reminder that this is a live show. You are more than welcome to call me by dialing 2460 2058, 2460 2058. Some of the quotes that I like to share or talk about is focus on what you have instead of what you don't have. Focus on what is right in your world instead of what's wrong. And on where you are going instead of where or what you have been through. There's so many things to learn from this quote. Is focus on what you have. This I've been saying for the past nearly an hour. And not on what you don't have. Focus on what is right. Not only on what you have, but what's going right for you. If you've been working out and you think, wow, I've managed to, work out 3 times a week consistently, that's the plan that I have, be happy about that. Be grateful that you were able to do that you committed yourself. If you've managed to, meet up with a friend that you haven't met for a long time, alhamdulillah, be happy about that. Be grateful for having had the opportunity to meet and enjoy the moments. I so look forward to the topic of live in the moment, and that is later on in the program, where it is so essential that we cherish the moments that we're living right now. Subhanallah. Just a reminder that this is a live show. You are more than welcome to call me on 2460 2058, 2460 2058. This is a live show right up until 3:30, which will be repeated at 10 past midnight, inshallah, on your nation station, Oman FM. As I reminded you earlier, that all the episodes are uploaded on my YouTube channel under the name The Sewist. I think with that, we shall take a short break and get back to you shortly.
Oman FM present Ramadan Bonanza. Join June and the team on the nation station Oman FM every evening, 8 o'clock to 9 p.m. at Muscat City Center. Lots of prizes and surprises await you. Come along and be a winner. Ramadan Bonanza.
Love your life. Welcome back to Your Nation Station. This is your host, Mayya Al Said, also known as the Sewist on social media. This is your program, Love Your Life, and I am live with you right up until 3:30. This is a reminder that this is a live show. You're more than welcome to call me. You have 10 minutes. The topic for today is focus on what you have. And you can do so by calling 24 60 20 58, 24 60 20 58. If you've missed the beginning of the show, just to give you a slight recap of what we've been discussing today, to stop taking your life for granted. You're living this life, enjoy it, enjoy especially the good things that is in it, because somewhere someone is praying for the life that you have. We talked about how we are blessed beyond words. Not only is the focus on materialistic things, but the simple things that we take for granted: our health, our life, our freedom, our family. All these things matter, but we don't seem to value it because we're just focused on negative things. We have a caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
How are you, sister?
I'm very good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much for joining the discussions today. What are your thoughts?
Well, I just wanted to add, thank you so much, first of all, for this amazing show and your positive talks and thoughts.
You're most welcome.
I could not add anything more. It's just to focusing on the goods that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when you focus on what you have and don't bother on what others have, you might face some situations where people will come and just abuse or maybe underestimate what you have.
Okay.
So what people tend to do is to be insecure and lose confidence and try to focus on being someone else just to overcome those feelings.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to say to all those people, just focus on what you have. Those people won't be bothered about what you have unless they really want whatever you're having.
First of all, okay.
Yeah?
Sorry to interrupt. First of all, I don't understand why somebody would come and make others feel ungrateful. You know?
Trust me, I've seen.
I have yet to meet these people. They better not come and talk to me. So they would come?
There are a few of them. Trust me, I've seen people who just come and just to the sake of hurting you. I mean, they would just come and abuse your relationships with others, your gifts, your abilities, your anything. And to some extent, I've seen others just to fake those feelings or fake, what can I say, whatever they have, or, just to push themselves to have something more, which they cannot afford, say, for example.
Okay.
Just to tease those.
It's like keeping up with the Joneses, like we.
Exactly.
I can. I'm with you guys. Yeah. I just bought a car or whatever it is, and they're living way beyond their expenses just to fit in.
Yeah, I've seen it to some extent, even at work-wise. I mean, what do you do for work? Why don't you skip the day? I mean, your work is not that important. Trust me, I've seen it.
My advice to you is get away from these people as far as possible.
I am, trust me.
Thank you so much, Habibti, for your contribution. Is
Keep
there anything you want?
I follow you up on social media, and thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I thank you for being part of my circle and for your support. Thank you so much. Means a lot to me.
Anytime. Bye.
Have a good day. Okay, so for those who think that they need to fit in with the others, I understand, because we are all in this together. We want to belong somewhere. But in reality, we were not born to fit in, because we were born to stand out. And I have no idea who said this quote, but I just can relate to it. If I would follow every circle that I was supposed to fit in, I wouldn't be who I am today, because those people wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today. And you know what? It's okay, because I found the strength in me. And if you listen to the my previous episodes, I always talk about believing in yourself. And even if others don't see what you see, as long as you see that and you believe in it, then that's your ticket to success. And we have a caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. How are you, sister?
Alhamdulillah. How are you?
I'm fine.
Alhamdulillah. So tell me, what are your thoughts?
Actually, as I have been listening for your today's topic, which is about focus on what we have to focus on.
Yes.
I guess that we have many things actually to focus on. For example, if I'm a student, I have to focus how to increase my grade, which is helps me to go for a nice and good results at the end of the semester.
Mm-hmm.
Or even if I am a staff, I have to focus on how to improve my skills. Or even in sports, how to improve my skills in that much, playing football, whatever it is. With me, actually, are you listening?
Yes, I'm listening. Sorry.
Actually, with me nowadays, I'm focused on photography so much. So while I'm so in a good photos,
Mm-hmm.
I'm concentrate on that one. Why this photo is so beautiful? What kind of strong point which it has?
Yes, that is. Sorry. See, that's why I let you talk and then I talk, because I tend to interrupt a lot. So, sorry. Do you have anything else to add?
No, thank you. That's all.
Okay. Thank you so much for your call. Just to add on to what he's saying, yes, you're right that we should focus on like the things that make us happy and stuff, but I'm just talking about the bigger picture here, because people tend to focus on things that they don't have instead of really enjoying what they do have. And as you well put that, you know, if you have, if you're a student, focus on how you can get better grades, but also on the fact that you're a student. Some people can't afford to study. They can't afford to go abroad, or they can't afford to go into the colleges. So that's where I'm going with this. And just to quickly end the show, just with two more quotes that I have, which is, never let things you want make you forget about the things you have. Never let the things you want make you forget about the things you have. And lastly, be grateful for what you have, and you will always have more. Focus on what you love. Focus on what you love, and you will never... Focus on... Okay, let me repeat that. A do-over. Be grateful for what you have, and you will always have more. Focus on what you don't have, and you will never have enough. That's the way it was supposed to go. Thank you so much for tuning in to Love Your Life. I really appreciate all your contributions. Just a reminder, tomorrow's show is titled Cherish Those Around You. I look forward to your contributions. From Frank and from myself, this is a goodbye. Ma'as salama. Love Your Life. Love Your Life. Love Your Life, a show like no other, one that aims to inspire you to live a life you love. Choosing to be positive and having a grateful attitude is going to determine how you're going to live your life. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love your day. Love your day. Love your life. Love your life. Love your life.
Love Your Life, prepared and presented by Sayyida Mayya Al Said.
Love Your Life.